What does that sound, you ask?
From the number one station, you come.
Welcome to the Rec Show podcast, a show dedicated to beat makers around the world. Kick back, relax with the host, Gldnmnd.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event
What's going on, everybody? Gldnmnd here, and welcome to another episode of the Rec Show. You already know how we starting this off, man. It's Gldnmnd, so rest in power to J Dilla, James DeWitt Yancey, man. He just, an author just came out with a book called Dilla Time, so I'll suggest anybody that's not familiar with J Dilla, go ahead, support that book. Go to the JamesDillaFoundation.org and tap in with J Dilla. But this weekend, if you're into sports, man, it's an amazing weekend. They got the UFC, they got the Olympics going on. Of course, they got the Super Bowl happening in California, and that's exactly where we gonna segue and stay. You feel me? I have another guest, an amazing guest, who's a beat cinema curator. He's a Filipino time traveler, makes electronic instrumental music from San Fernando Valley, north of Los Angeles. He goes by the name of Wave Groove. Y'all give Wave Groove a round of applause. And man, we're gonna tap in with him, see what he's all about, get to know this individual, man, because he's killing it. Whatever beats he's on, whatever flips he's doing, or whether he's curating the beat cinema, guest lists, and for the performances that used to happen in California right now. COVID kind of sidelined it for a little bit, but they still happening online via Twitch, man. So tap in with Beat Cinema, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna be back, man. Hope y'all counting your blessings, not your problems. Having a good weekend, had a good week, man. Count yourself blessed if you're hearing this. Yeah, we gonna vibe out, man. Peace and love, yo. We'll be back.
What's up, y'all? This is Wave Groove from Beat Cinema, and you're plugged into the Rec Show podcast with Gldnmnd.
listening to a curated mix by the one and only Wave Groove. So shout out to Wave Groove, man. Yo, we just tapping into this mix, man. But Wave Groove, I want to say welcome to the show. And also, just for the beat heads that may not know, man, who are you? What does your name mean? Where does your name originate from? All of that good stuff. Go ahead and give the people an introduction of yourself.
What's up, universe? I go by the name Wave Groove, and I come from the planet Earth in a small section called San Fernando Valley in the Los Angeles County of California. My name was created from trying to find an alias that starts with W. My real name is Wes, as my close friends and family call me. I like groovy records, and Wave seemed to be cool when I was drafting up some words.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So, how did your music journey begin? What was that moment that sparked your interest into making your own beats? Because everything that I've heard, I support that. Your thumb drive that you had called time travel, and that thing is amazing, man. So tell us about your journey, man.
My music journey began around 2004. When I first got my car, I always went to Tower Records after school, nearby my parents' home, and started a massive collection of CDs, always drawn by hip-hop and R&B, so I kept buying anything that saved up lunch money could get me. I was gifted an MPC 1000 for my high school graduation gift, and started learning how to create simple beat loops on my own. YouTube at the time even had tutorials on how to chop, set up pads on MPCs, and the learning began. The rest was history. I started DJing around 2007 during my first year of college. I picked up Tech 12s and borrowed my buddy's Gemini mixer. He was my roommate at the time. Shout out to Justin. And I used to spin a bunch of pressed club vinyls with 8-bar intros to start learning how to beat match. And then we eventually got into scratching. One of the first scratch vinyls that we got was a Super Seal scratch vinyl, and that got me hooked on making sounds and being creative with it. Eventually got tired of waiting on new music to be released by other people, and I started exploring other options to create remixes and originals to throw in my sets to give each set a different vibe, special taste.
Shout out to Justin for the Gemini mixer, man. Shout out to whoever gifted you that MPC, because they actually helped you get on your way to making these incredible pieces that we are listening to right now, that we've been able to see on Beat Cinema and all that type of stuff, man. So like what resources would you recommend for, you know, my listeners on their journey in the beat music, into beats and music? And then like, It can be like a documentary, a book, YouTube, or a podcast. Like, what would you recommend?
I would say collect and listen to as much and any kind of music you could get your hands on. Objectively learn and give respect to the time put into each song that was created in this existence. From there, you'll really know what draws you to certain elements of music, be it rhythm, melody, structure, harmony. Music is a universal language after all. Go to shows, watch documentaries. An end piece to it all could be a book that I recently read called How Music Works by David Byrne. He's a musician from the Talking Heads. Music takes time, don't rush it, but also listen to yourself if you feel the need to write something down at a given moment.
Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to all those recommendations, man. Yo, so I always try and give my listeners like something they can learn and take back and go research. You know what I mean? Because hip hop, man, we teach one. You feel me? So, what dolls or analog gear do you use to create your music? And I see you using like the iPad a lot, especially in your performances and in your videos that you have all over social medias, man. So what is it about those tools that help you express your creativity as well?
My current favorite DAWs to use are Ableton, Chord Gadget on the iPad, and Pro Tools. They're different tools for different kinds of missions in music. Ableton is great for writing and finishing ideas. Chord Gadget gives me portability to what Ableton does. Pro Tools has all the plugins I need to do for post-production work, like mixing, mastering. For performance, I really love using the MPC Live and SP404 due to the fact that the buttons and interface makes it accessible when you're in dark rooms or you need something on the fly.
Hey, man. I appreciate that breakdown, man, because I always like trying to do research and YouTube videos and wondering why do producers, why do my beat makers use those type of tools? But you just gave a perfect description of why. So I appreciate that, man. Yo, check it, right? All the beat tapes and singles are amazing, but I just wanted to seriously highlight Timepiece Artifact, which is amazing, which showcase your versatility, man, is unmatched, man. So what were your muses when you were creating this? And then can you speak about creating during this tape at the beginning of a pandemic and its possible benefits to your creativity, but also your resiliency? Not a lot of people talk about resiliency enough, you know what I mean? Especially going through hard times.
Timepiece Artifact came to fruition at the end of 2020, and it's a collection of all my original writings that still excite me till this day. 2020 was quite a year of staying home, so a lot of the time had to be put into creating something. That year alone, I made around 80-ish new chord progressions and beat loops, literally out of boredom. And this was at around the top of 70-ish beats I made in 2019. 3 releases came out of all these drafts. During the pandemic, I was forced to work at home, and that room I was in was just a place of work and concentration. I would wake up around 9 a.m., do my day job tasks till around 4 p.m., and then from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m., I'd be playing video games and creating music. It was kind of nice. As far as influences go, I grew up fond listening to 70s funk soul, some Motown, and Japanese city pop from the 80s and 90s.
So like the 5 elements of hip hop: DJing, MCing, breaking, graphing, beatboxing, right? Which element did you begin your journey with?
Hip hop is life for me. I felt I started contributing to the expressive conversation when I got a hang of DJing. I first learned how to beat match and then got into scratching with YouTube tutorials by D Styles and the Scratch Pickles. There's something special about interacting with the music I collected over my whole lifespan, into actively playing it, mixing them, juggling, scratching over breakdowns and instrumentals.
Yeah, man, yo, DJing, man, yo, so you can definitely like hear just the way you like matching beats and stuff like that in your performances, man. It's awesome, man. So can you tell me, like, all right, so there's a game I created called Superheroes, right? You play it by naming your childhood, teenager, and adult beat maker or music producer superheroes. And, like, why were they so important at those times in your life? And then major key, no genres off limits. Like, it's basically like a history lesson for people to, go ahead and do research on people that they might not have never heard before,
As a kid, I would always listen to hip-hop and R&B. Local radio for us was Power 106 and 92.3 The Beat. My cousins introduced me to De La Soul and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Around 14 years old, a lot of my peers and I started to discover music beyond what was being sold at Target or Best Buy. I got my hands on a CD by Pete Rock and CL Smooth called Main Ingredient. It made me want to make beats. Around age 16, I was introduced to J Dilla and Madlib through a good friend named Paul. And that was a nice selection to listen to when I first got an MP3 player. It was this little 50 megabyte MP3 player from Thrifty. After high school, I got into music and sounds that were being pushed on the internet and blogs. I discovered After One in college through friends, and we eventually met because he was a city over next to my alma mater, UC Riverside. I kept playing shows, discovering the LA beat scene, and I found new friends and peers that I look up to this day. Devin Hu, DiBiase, Teebs, and Beat Cinema.
Yo, shout out to Devin Hu, DiBiase, After One, Teebs. Like, those are, like, I have 2 of the 4 records in my vinyl collection right now. DiBiase and Teebs. I just got to get the other 2 in there, but those are all the individuals I would love to have on the show just to pick their brains, man. So shout out to them. So my next question would be, like, tell us about a time where you failed and how you overcame that. And secondly, like, what do you wish you would have known before you started on this journey in beats and music?
When I first started using the MPC 1000, I had no prior knowledge of creating music. A lot of those beats are still on the machine. It has no structure or hints of basic music theory, just ideas, but not fully realized. Also, at the time, I was making music remixes based on what was popular, so then I could match the conversation when I was playing clubs or spinning parties. There was a breaking point when I got tired and wanted to play sets of just my music. I wish I learned music theory a long time ago, since it helps out with aiming what to create emotionally.
Yo, like, Knife Wonder is very famous for saying, producers, beat makers need to learn music theory. And I think I understand why. I mean, you're reinforcing that as well, but I understand why. It's kind of like, if you know the techniques, if you know chord structure and music structures and all that type of stuff, I think it help you go a long way to making your music timeless. So yeah, man, I appreciate that input, man. So like you're a part of an amazing operations team known for helping create and curate Beat Cinema, which is a DJ producer showcase known worldwide for having artists such as like DiBiase, Raj G, Devin Hu, Eloquent, Bad Snacks, Sadiva, After One, Stolen Drums, Open Mic, Eagle, Kazal, Organism, and many, many more artists, right? So can you talk about how this was formed and some of the best performers you've seen at a show? And how do you connect with other like-minded beat makers and producers?
Beat Cinema was created by my good friend Rick and his sister Daniela. They teamed up to create a showcase for local producers in the Inland Empire, which is an area east of Los Angeles. They eventually grew the team as the show required more people to run the ship and execute a vision. I believe you listed all my favorite artists that played the show. I joined the Beat Cinema team around the 5th or 6th year of its existence. In recent years, from 2017 to now, I've helped with the new face of the art direction, graphic design, as well as upkeep on music releases, mixing, mastering, organizing music projects. I connect with like-minded beat makers through this platform and social media. As long as we still have this home up and running, it's a hub for all of us to connect and showcase our work.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you this: how can artists such as yourself benefit from total control over their music, its distribution, merch, physicals, like CDs, cassette tapes, vinyl records, which is like making a resurgence. Streaming, especially with emerging tech such as cryptocurrency and the blockchain, if you're into that,
I still first and foremost believe in creating your own individual website. It's a place where you can have total control of your presentation. On the topic of Web3 and crypto, I think it's a great idea if it gives a creator a consistent living. But at its current status, it's not yet refined to help reach new ears.
I understand it, man. And I know in the last couple of weeks we've been getting or been seeing on social media some reports of people's projects or their project covers created into or minted in NFTs by some company. I can't remember the name, but if you know that name, blast that out into the Twitter sphere, Instagram, and all that type of stuff, so that you can check and make sure your stuff isn't on there unauthorized and all that type of stuff, man. Right now it's the Wild Wild West, so I think we still have some time to get it to where it's supposed to be, where it respects the artist. Feel me? So, I just figured I'd ask that question, man. Alright, so Wave Groove. Once again, man, I appreciate you for being on the show. Again, y'all are listening to Wave Groove Reimagined. Y'all listening to some tracks off of that thumb drive that I purchased off of off his Bandcamp, man. Support the man's Bandcamp, wavegroove.bandcamp.com, man. Go to his website also. And so what should the internets look out for from Wave Groove in 2022? How can the people tap into you and your music, plug your socials, Beat Cinema, all that stuff, man? Go ahead.
So in 2022, I'll be releasing singles each month with full descriptions and cover art through my website. The stream link will also be via SoundCloud, and the downloads will be on the Beat Cinema Bandcamp. And you can check out more details on wave-groove.com.
If you like this podcast, subscribe and leave a review. Thank you. Bye-bye.
First and foremost, I want to say a thank you, peace, light, and love to Wave Groove, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll be blasting this out to everybody in the, in the podcast and Twitter, Instagram pages, and all that type of stuff, man. So listen, y'all go ahead and show love to Wave Groove, wavegroove.bandcamp.com, wave-groove.com. Go visit his websites. I'll put all the links in the description to everything we talked about today. And then also go ahead and check out Beat Cinema, man. Beat Cinema is doing some amazing things for the beat community, man. I want to say thank you to Beat Cinema, everybody involved in Beat Cinema, with Beat Cinema, online or actually in physical presence and stuff like that. So y'all show love, show support to Beat Cinema. Yo, man, so some people doing amazing things for the beat community, man. So show love, man, show appreciation, man. And yeah, man, that's the show, man. That's episode number 37. Alright, we 37, we in February, man, Gldnmnd. So shout out to Dilla, shout out to everybody putting on like Dilla challenges. I know J-Phil from howtomakeverysickbeats.com is putting out one right now. I know it's a couple other people I'm forgetting right now, but I don't want to, rant too long. But yo, I just want to say, if you're listening to this, you made it this far, I appreciate you, man. I hope you have an amazing weekend, a safe weekend, and a safe and effective and prosperous week coming up. All right, until next time, I will see y'all next week. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Love yourself too, man. Peace and love, yo. Pow, 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 pow.
groove.
They tell like younger kids or other producers like, that's cheating. You can't really do yourself with your girl. Like when it comes to this producing shit, you can do whatever you want.
You've been listening to the Rec Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Remember 3 things. Believe in your music. Take care of your mental. Become the best version of yourself. Until the next one, Gldnmnd signing off. Peace and love, yo.
To be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.